What are you going to do with it?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
How are
evening.
you doing? We are live in Byhalia, Mississippi. I don't know that there's anybody watching, but, I mean, we're just here. We turned on the camera, and that's it. We are going to share that right there. And tonight's episode is called Mom, Meatloaf! You got to say it like that, Daniel. I know that was real loud.
Well, he said it loud too, though.
I know, that's right. But I just know, that we probably messed somebody up on that deal. But yes, we are having meatloaf. I'm going to tell you how to make that. I was going to prepare one right here on camera, and let's do that. Okay? We got some in the magic of television. We have some in the air fryer right there, and it will be done in almost 15 minutes. So, but I'm going to tell you what I added to this. Susan Hudgens. Good evening, guys.
Hey,
you
Susan.
Sound good. Well, my sound director is working remote tonight. I'm so glad to hear from Miss Susan. She always told me.
Mm-hmm.
She's always told me that my sound
specialist.
is good, all that kind of stuff. She's my audio specialist. So always good to see Miss Susan. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring the ingredients over here. I'm going to put it together. I did make some extra, but we're going to cook them tomorrow, and then I might give you one to cook, or we might cook one and I'll let you take it home with you. But I'll go step by step with you. I'll show you what I put on the glaze. It's been Daniel approved already. So we made this at the warehouse before, and I shared the recipe. But I'll share the recipe in the comments on our website. So on our Facebook.
And the way you cook it is different and going to be
different. It's a little old school flavor with a little new school technology. It's just how we're doing it. So let's see what all I got.
We're looking forward to it.
What's that?
I said, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, this is a pretty good meatloaf recipe. Me and Mark and Weston ate this. Hey, Mom. Me, Mark, and Weston ate this. I made a 1 pound loaves of meatloaf. And, man, needless to say, it was all gone. Now, it was probably me, a lot of it, but that's not the point. We do have some mashed potatoes made by the Dusty Wally. Make sure that door is closed for me, guys. All right. So we're going to have all these ingredients. And my Sue right here got me some gloves already, so I appreciate that. What we did was if we made a few of these, I went and bought a 5-pound chub of 73-27 meat. Now, before I used 80-20. We used 73-27 tonight. I just cut back on the milk a little bit. So, but I'll tell you, go out and buy some 80-20 because it worked out pretty good this way. But you'll just have more fat rendered off in your air fryer, right? It'll be real juicy. So I got a pound of hamburger meat here. Pound of hamburger meat. Bought a 5-pound chub, like I said. Cut it up into fists. Hold on. Yeah, I say that right.
Yeah.
I cut it up into fists. I was trying to make sure. And so then it's real easy. For every pound of hamburger meat you have, you need a 1/4 cup of milk, a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, and a 1/4 cup of onions, and 1 egg. Simple, right? So we got a 1/4 cup here. We're going to get a 1/4 cup of onions. We're going to put them in. We're going to get a 1/4 cup of, I should have done the breadcrumbs first, but it's okay. It's not too often that I handle the culinary around here, guys. I have my partner, this 7-time world barbecue champion, he's not here. And so he usually does the cooking. So, I have to do the cooking tonight. So it's okay. We're all right. We'll make it. So, quarter cup of milk, whole milk. None of that 2% crap. I mean, I like 2%. No, God, that's water, dude. So, got a little milk there. Then, the milk kind of helps like moisten up the breadcrumbs, right? So then we're gonna mix it all together. But got farm fresh eggs. Look at the size of that egg, right? That's a farm fresh egg. This is gonna be beautiful, yolky, all kind of goodness right there. See that? Beautiful farm fresh egg. Throw that away. Now, I can't take my gloves off. Open me up some of that Texas Tornado right there, please, sir. Texas Tornado, you can get it at Sweet Swine of Mine, Boar's Night Out.
Sprinkle.
Just, yeah, open it up and put me some in there. Sweet Swine of Mine, Boar's Night Out, Texas Tornado. It's the greatest rub on the planet. Let's just say that. How about that? Something I forgot to do, but I usually lightly beat those eggs. So I forgot to do that. I just cracked it in here. But go ahead and whisk that egg real good. Not real good, lightly, like I just said. And so that's it. That's as simple as you get it right there.
So 1 pound.
1 pound, you got
Quarter cup
of milk, quarter cup of breadcrumbs,
1 egg.
And 1 egg. And
A hit of
Texas Tornado. Am I missing anything?
Think you got it?
I think I got it. Okay. I'm telling you. So you're going to look something like that. Hey, I don't chop onions all the same. I'm a rough chop kind of guy. So my knife skills are not that great. So I cut them about the same size, but I'm not sitting here going, these need to be 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. Just give a good chop on some onions. If you don't like that much onions in your life, I'm sorry, but don't put as much onions in there. This is a recipe for you to use.
Do how you want.
However you like. But the basis of a good meatloaf is this. And that's what it is. And so we got 2 of these in the air fryer. We cook it in the air fryer at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. We brush it, and then we put it back in at 350 degrees for 15 more minutes. And I'll tell you what we brush it with. Do a little ketchup. Only Heinz, Scale Phelps. Only Heinz. And then...
Are they making another different?
Obviously, they do. Like, Kel Phelps finds it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But then, Wilsonshire. You got to have a little Wilsonshire. You mix that in there to taste, and then get you some of this umami powder. This is good stuff, man. Good stuff. Put you some umami powder in there. You can put a little more Texas Tornado in there if you like. Just taste it to your taste. But again, glaze it with your favorite barbecue sauce. Put cheese in it. Whatever you want to do to your meatloaf, do it.
And so your glaze is not a set amount. It's just kind of to taste and how you want to do it.
That's right. And as heavy as you want to do it. I brushed it on, and we're going to put it back in here. We're going to have meatloaf here in about 5 minutes, boys. And we got steaks or sheepdogs, mashed potatoes. Don't get much better than that. And I'm kind of glad the people that missed out on it tonight. I'm okay. Y'all hurt my feelings a little bit, but I'm going to get over it. No, I'm just joking.
We do have a smaller audience than normal.
Yeah, the in-studio audience is a little smaller than normal, but we got the Polans are out of town. Mr. Jeff Poland, his mom passed away, so we'll be praying for his family.
Yep.
And safe travels as they travel to her celebration of life ceremony. And so
Mark got the opportunity to go fishing again.
Yeah. Mark trades me in for some fish real quick, bro. That's just how that happens.
But I'd love to do it too.
Yeah, I know.
I just end up and go sometimes like I want.
Yeah, I know. So Scott Guys chiming in from Birmingham. We got my mom, Jeff Rose, John Schultz, and Miss Susan watching. And I think that's all that's commented, but I think that's pretty much probably all that's watching too. We're fine with it. I'm just joking. We have a lot more people watching. So Meatloaf, man. Meatloaf is just one of them staples. You know, it's just one of them. Hey, I didn't put breadcrumbs in there, did I? I didn't put breadcrumbs in there.
Yeah.
Did I?
Did.
Oh, I saw the breadcrumbs back there. It had me worried.
You were talking about the egg. Some.
That's right. The milk wet some breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Had me worried for a minute, man. So, Meatloaf is just one of them staples of American homes. I don't know. It was a cheaper thing to make, I'm sure. And it's kind of like a meat form of a gumbo. You just put whatever you want to in it and that kind of thing. If you're north of I-10, you do. Yeah. If you're south of I-10, you got to be pretty.
I remember being young, real young, and when that was being made, I wasn't just so excited about it. But it kind of grew on me and over time, and now it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I love a good meatloaf.
I like a good meatloaf. It's a comfort food. It's just something that, you know, we ate a lot as a kid, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know. But it was just.
But the conventional way versus this new way, you need to.
Yeah, this air fryer, 350 degrees, it cook. If y'all don't have an air fryer, I would highly suggest get one. We like to play with new toys around here, but we went to our good friend Adam Gotro's house down in Louisiana when we were down there. We were cooking at Chef John Folse's place, and they welcomed us and had a big crawfish cooking for us. And then at Adam's house on that Sunday, we cooked some stuff, and I saw this air fryer over there. He said, "Man, this is the most used thing I got out here." And he had grills and whatnot out there. And he said, "Man, this one right here, this is the air fryer." And so when we got back, we were on our way back, I bought one for the warehouse. I said, "Man, we don't have an air fryer, and let's play around with it." He said, "Man, it's just so easy. You put it in there, and it just cooks really good food." And we cooked a lot of chicken legs and chicken wings and stuff like that in it. And then one day I was like, "Man, it was raining its tail off one day." I said, "Man, I'm gonna go to the store, get some stuff to make meatloaf, and let's see how it turns out." He said, and Mark said, "Yeah, man, go do it." So I went to the Piggly Wiggly and got some stuff, and kind of looked up a baseline of a meatloaf recipe for an air fryer. And I was like, well, let me add some stuff, add what I want to it, and then put Texas Tornado in it and the umami powder. I thought that would be good, rub in the glaze there. And I said, well, let's see what it turns out, man. I'm telling you, this dude right here, pretty dang good. So if we can, let me go get some tongs. So I get them. And where's that big slice of yeah, there we go. We're going. What about Dad, Mom? What are you saying? She just said your dad. Oh wow. I don't know what that means. So we're gonna put a little temperature gauge in this deal. It looks great. It looks like the one I did before. So I think I'm halfway there. If it looks like it did when I cooked it before.
So what's internal temp are we looking for here?
I mean, that's 150, which I'm pretty good at. There's a 164. There's a 164. I'm gonna tell you, let's go a couple more minutes on that. Just we'll do it at 400 this time. I don't like that part that was 150. So let's do it for a couple minutes at 400. We'll see what it do. It ain't gonna hurt nothing, I promise. Dad is here too. Oh, my dad is here too. Yeah. I love a good meatloaf. the wife adds stewed tomatoes. Y'all ever had stewed tomatoes in your meatloaf?
No.
I ain't never had that. Mm-mm. I'm not saying
I'm
it's
not
bad.
a tomato man, but yeah. It probably,
oh, you're not a tomato man.
But I mean, the ketchup.
Ketchup, sir.
I can figure that one out.
Real tomato ketchup, Clark. Exactly right. So, I don't know. I really didn't know. I think it's 165. I think I took it to last time.
No, we're not far.
So we're not far off. I think we are on the end. It was really right in the center. We were at a 150. So, y'all, it's a humid day in Mississippi. We really hadn't had any bad weather yet. I mean, to be honest with you, we really hadn't.
A lot of rain,
but not a whole lot of heat.
No.
I'm afraid of what June and July is going to look like.
I hope this year won't be as
I still saw something the other day that said that we were going to have 45 days of a heat index of over 100.
That wasn't the Farmer's Almanac.
I don't know. Maybe been the digital version of it. I don't know, but 45 days with a heat index of over 100. That could
be dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, we probably done it before. I've just probably never heard that number, you know. But it's that's pretty warm now. But it don't, with the heat index, humidity, it doesn't take a whole lot to do that around here. Let's see what this thing looks like now. I'm gonna say we're there. I'm gonna say we're there right there. That's center. Maybe not on that one. I'm gonna pull it, and we're gonna test this dude right here out. Hold on.
Maybe a spatula?
I think I got it. Well,
or two hands. Hot gloves, yeah. But I know you can't see it right now, but it looks phenomenal.
This pan is real hot, y'all. I'm trying not to touch a whole lot of the side.
Let's can we get some hot gloves?
Yeah, man. Golly. Look like you're trying not to want to stay together. Forgot garlic. There was garlic in the rub, but I could have put some extra garlic in there. I'm not opposed to it. But we put a lot of Texas tornado in there. There's a lot of garlic in there. But put a teaspoon of garlic in there if you want to. Ain't gonna hurt a thing. Daniel has to glove up real quick. See if we can get that one out of here. We didn't have that trouble the first time, but of course I wasn't doing it on TV. See if we can grab that dude right there. And I sprayed the bottom. I put some. Oh, did it fall apart? It was too wet. Was it too wet?
70-30.
Yeah. Hey, get the 80-20, y'all. Get the 80-20 a little leaner. We'll have to cook this one a little longer over here.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just put it back in for another couple of minutes.
Yeah, man. All right. So we're going to run that about 10 more minutes on 400. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to get the flavor done. But, so, go get you some 80-20. It's not really going to slice. It's going to be good and fall apart. So, hey, this is a great recipe for a meat crumble. It's good. There's somebody laughing out there, I know. But it is good. Hey, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that right there. We're going to brush this up some more. It's really good. not dry. And it's going to eat. We don't always cook things that's going to be put in front of judges or anything. A lot of times we just make something to eat. And tonight we just made something to eat, y'all. And get Daniel some here. I know he's been eyeballing it for a while.
I've been smelling it for a while too.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't have the magical scratch and sniff screens yet. But
No, not
we
yet.
will.
It's not in the budget, but if you'd like to finance it, we will take donations for the screen sniffing technology. So just whatever you'd like to donate.
It'll be a part of groundbreaking.
Grant, I mean, I'll mention you across the screen.
That's right.
I mean, I'll put your name on it. So we can pull out the forks and first class barbecue all the time. Oh yeah, cheese might have kept that thing together. Yeah.
Don't forget the taters.
Don't forget the taters.
Mm.
So these are our steaks for sheepdogs, mashed potatoes,
And again, that's a simple recipe too to follow.
butter, sour cream, taters, and steaks for sheepdogs. Potato seasoning. You got to have it. You can get it from Townsend Spice and Supply. You can get it from Sweet Swine of Mine. So. There we go. We're making something to eat, y'all. I'm going to get me a little scratch off these taters right here.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
Wow. Air fryer. I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah. That air fryer do it now. Dang, your mashed potatoes is good, boy. You can't go wrong with that now. Huh?
Okay.
Now, we better be glad it is kind of warm, but it's not 110 yet. We can still eat this meatloaf. Because I don't like things this heavy when it's hot. It's just me. But I like the crust that it puts on that meatloaf. The air fryer really does that. And I like onions and I like meatloaf. I mean, I just like all the flavors of this is really good to me.
I've had a meatloaf po' boy before.
Meatloaf po' boy.
And it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
A little small hole in the wall place. Thought I'd give it a try. It's a lot better than you think.
Yeah. I think the fat content of that meat had a lot to do with this. Oh, we will go back and run the 80-20 again the next time. And I will definitely say put that in the recipe. Oh, BigJimHudgens.com also has steaks for sheepdogs potato seasoning. And pick up the green bean seasoning and the steak seasoning while you're there.
I like your little saucer too.
You like that, huh? So we had a little cook at the church last Thursday night. Cooked 150 Boston butts last Thursday. Put them on 2 ELEDXs, and ran about 75 of those a piece on each one. They cooked, man, perfectly. I think 18, 20 hours on that deal. and they looked real money, as far as what I saw. But if you want to make barbecue easy as you possibly can, and profitable, and not have to stay up with it all night, get you an old hickory. Get you an old hickory pit. I mean, simple as that. Put them things on. Make sure it hits temp, 215, 225, somewhere in there. 18, 20 hours. Them things are ready to go. And so if you're ever in need of something like that, hey, if you're close and you'd like to rent one, you can come here to Sweet Swine of Mine and want to rent one. You're more
cook them at 210, 215, or to 2.
Probably.
We did that so that we could, because we knew we'd be gone overnight for a long period of time.
So you could stretch the time out.
Yeah, we just checked them that morning.
Oh, we stretched it out. I mean, because you could have done it in 12 hours. You just wouldn't.
You can do it in 10 if you run 275. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But just for our timing, that's why we dialed it down, and it's kind of on purpose.
Yeah. But I guess, you can talk to somebody. That's why it's so important to buy these things or use these things around other people that have used them, like Dusty and Scott and Mark, because they can tell you the timing on the old hickory at whatever temperature and how much you have it loaded and that kind of thing. So if you need to have 150 Boston butts cooked in at a certain time frame, and hey, well, when's it going to be the next time somebody mans this thing or something like that? They can tell you that kind of stuff. So that's the advice and the kind of barbecue know-how that you get with Sweet Swine of Mine. And if you need to rent a cooker, like I said, you can come and rent any.
Like more pay for themselves for sure.
That's right. If you'd like to buy one, we got plenty of those for sale too. CTO, man, we sell probably more CTOs than anything.
You might not need one that'll cook 75 to 100 bucks.
But that CTO, now that's a barbecue cooking machine right there.
Comfortably 24 butts, but you can do more. You can stack them.
Yeah, you can put a meat puzzle in there, right?
Yeah. You can do more.
I got that end piece right there.
Oh, it's good.
That end piece is money, dude. So, man, we missed last week, and we're going to be out of town next week. We'll be at the National High School barbecue cook-off. So we're going to Kansas City, Kansas on Tuesday. And so we'll be out there, 500 high school kids from all over the country, and we'll be doing demos with B&B Charcoal. And thanks for B&B Charcoal of letting us do that and be ambassadors for them. But thanks for the National High School Barbecue Association for inviting us out there.
Will they have a contest amongst themselves?
They do. They do. It's their national championship.
Okay.
So they had to qualify for their state, and they had to compete in state, and then the top so many in the state got qualified for nationals.
Okay.
So that's sponsored by one of our favorite stores, Shields Outdoors.
Yeah.
And so we'll be out there and probably go to the Overland Park Shield store, which is a suburb of Kansas City, Kansas. So can't wait to do that.
All right. So
Let's get some more.
Let's get some more.
Good. This says it's ready.
So he got his hot gloves back on. This might be a little easier to pick up. I don't know. I don't want to tear it up.
No.
Daniel was real serious about that. Dan Wright, what's up, man? We're making meatloaf. We're just playing around and making something good to eat. Not much going on this Thursday night. fixing to recap. Well, my man Daniel was here. He was there at Smoke Slam, and that's looking better right there, Daniel. Don't y'all think?
No, it come apart. Perfect.
Did it?
No, you come out perfect.
Oh, I thought he said it come out apart. Okay, so we're gonna brush a little more of this on here. I'm gonna top it with a little more Texas Tornado because they could have used some more. Texas Tornado is one of them things. As of right now, I haven't seen any application that I'll go, man, that's too much. I don't know about y'all, but that's too much of that. I hadn't seen that. So we're gonna top it right here with a little more of it. I'm gonna show it to you, and then we're gonna slice it up and eat some more of this deal.
When you talk about an all-purpose seasoning, that's it.
Say, brush. And Dusty Wally's over here putting his plate, making sure he's getting seconds on.
Mention it your way.
He's pushing it towards my face.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it was good.
So we're gonna slice this. It's gonna look better this time. You can hear that crust on the outside. I hope you can. This is perfect timing, guys, right here. They kind of still. The fat content of your meat makes all the difference in your meatloaf. I'm telling you. And those eggs we used were high fat too. Also, it was the big yolks and all that. So we had a lot of fat content in here, but
it's flavor factors.
Well, I mean, I'm the most flavorful guy there is. Look at the steam coming off of that. Look at that meatloaf. You see how that focused on it? Man, it is beautiful, steamy, beautiful meatloaf. We're going to...
And again, in an air fryer.
We're going to give Daniel the end piece this time. I'm going to let him get the little crusty crust.
I'll take it.
And I'm going to give him another piece of crust there. I'm going to take that. And look, dude, we've wiped out, like I told y'all, like me, Mark, and Weston, we wiped out a 2 pounds of meatloaf with 3 of us. It's gone. And so, guys, you thought the first one was good?
Oh, yeah.
I love the crust on this, man. I love the crust on this.
So we went additional, 12 minutes maybe?
Well, additional 10.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we did do 12. But I pumped it up to 400. So I'm going to say 35 minutes at 400 degrees. We went 400 on that whole time. The first time I did it at 350 for 35 minutes, but it was the fat content was different. So I'm fixing to post in our comments on Old School. I'm fixing to post the, let's see here. I'm fixing to post the recipe. So here we go. It shows me looking at my phone. My Lord, that's a good looking loaf. That's what Joe Wilson says. So, steaks for sheepdogs, mashed potatoes, Joe Wilson. You know it, son.
They complement the meatloaf.
Exactly. They complement the meatloaf. Y'all go listen to Cooking Up a Story with Joe Wilson. And man, he just got back from Alaska. He tells a story of him cooking a whole moose on a spit. So y'all gonna make sure to listen to that. Download that. It's your Spotify and everywhere you can download a podcast. Make sure you do that. Cooking Up a Story with Aaron. Well, it's not Aaron anymore, but with the Joes, Joe Martinez and Joe Wilson. Man, they'll have you in stitches, brother. They will have you in stitches. So, I just posted the there it is. The recipe. I don't know why I couldn't say that word. There you go. It's up on the screen. Take a screenshot of it.
Not complicated. Probably got most of the ingredients already.
Mm-hmm. Oh. But them steaks or sheepdogs, mashed potatoes, set any meal off, man.
That's all I'm making home now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, now that we know that, why would you ever make any other kinds of sweet? I mean, mashed potatoes.
I put it in potato salad the other day, and it was really good.
Yeah.
The seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
I take the seasoning, I put it on baked potato, when I was eating baked potato. But, man, good stuff. Good stuff. But you see how that had like a little different crust to it?
Yeah.
Just that little extra time, that higher temperature had that extra crust on it. I like it. Still not dry, but it's a little firmer than what we had. But you get a good cross section. There's a good cross section of that meatloaf right there. You'll see that. I'm probably showing you a lot of the plate, but you'll see that. Good stuff. When I posted this, and I got, a compliment from Mark Lambert himself after he ate it. He said, that was a damn fine meatloaf.
Well,
I mean,
I'm there alone and done something, but
I felt pretty good about that. I try not to use the word pride in my life too much, but I was very proud of that moment. So, if you need to know where you can get any of that Wilsonshire, or the umami, or the Texas Tornado, or the steaks or sheepdogs, you can get it all at Sweet Swine of Mine, ssomd.com. Wilsonshire, you got to have it. Joe Wilson, the man who crafted, the beautiful mind of Joe Wilson crafted this Wilsonshire. You can get it right there on the SSOMD. And the steaks or sheepdogs potato seasoning, you got to have that. That's good stuff. You just need to keep that in your cabinet at any time. And boys and girls, this is a good meal. Boys, if you want to impress your little lady and make a meal that's not real hard, do that. And if you ladies out there that can't cook, you can do this. If I can do it, you can, I promise you. And so put together this meatloaf. It's good. You can do it in the oven. Just check your temperature. But I'm going to tell you, the air fryer puts a crust on this thing like none other. And that Texas Tornado was instrumental in cooking that whole damn moose, is what Joe Wilson says. I gotta hear more about this. I saw pictures, man.
I'd have to say it'd be a pretty large cooker.
It was outside open, like spit, turned around.
Okay.
He fed 150 Alaskan people out there.
Wow.
Joe Wilson is a man of adventure. If you listen to his podcast, you'll really find out some of his greatest stories. But if you get him around here and you get some brown water in him, then you hear the best stories. Especially him and Joe Martinez. that make my side hurt.
They bounce well off each other for sure.
They do bounce well off each other. That's why the podcast works so much. And you know, they kind of like us. They run a very professional outfit, you know, but they aren't live. But Joe Martinez is still gonna make him a cup of ice and rattle that around and make a lot of noise.
I need to come back and visit.
Yeah. We're gonna go up there in September to the squirrel cook-off. So if you're around Springdale, Arkansas, around the first part of September, go to the Squirrel Cook-Off World Championship.
Yep.
It's going to be a sight to see. I can't wait to get up there. It's going to be fun. I forgot to turn the TV on. Can't do it all.
That's all right. We got by
Can't do it all. Usually I'm technical. There's somebody else doing culinary. Tonight, I had to do culinary. And then Dusty Wally came in and made the mashed potatoes, which were, I don't know how we could have had this meal without them, to be honest with you. Pretty damn good.
Yep.
So, all right. So we're 2 weeks removed from probably the largest barbecue week in Memphis, right? Anywhere, because I don't know of any other place that has two contests at the same time. So only in Memphis is there two barbecue contests at the same time. And so, and I was at Memphis in May, covering Boar's Night Out and Sweet Swine of Mine. Dusty was with Hometown, and Daniel was with the pit crew down at Smoke Slam. And so you've done Smoke Slam 2 years in a row. What's your thoughts about it, and what would you like to see? I don't want to dig too much into this. What would you like to see anything different, or if you would? I mean, it's a pretty, me being there last year, pretty well ran contest,
and it was this year as well. Of course, the ambiance of being downtown on the river, speaks for itself.
That's right,
and that's what a lot of the Memphis and May people miss or like. But being there was good. It was well run. We had a little bit of a stormy weather, or thought we were going to. They tried to evacuate us and ended up not having to. So that threw the bumped the awards up early the first day and threw the crowds down just a hair. But I'll tell you, there at the end, Big and Rich put on a fantastic show.
Yeah.
A little small concert at the end. We had a lot of good music, but
yeah.
I don't know that I would change anything personally.
Okay. So you were you were a founding team of Smoke Slam, and you were on one of the founding members there of Smoke Slam. And I tell you, I was there last year, and I'm like, man, if they can find anything to work the kinks out of it, any kinks out of this deal, it's a premier contest for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think they included some nice music. Shane Smith and the Saints, I wanted to come over there Thursday night and see them. It's one of my favorite bands, Shane Smith and the Saints. If you're not familiar with their music, have you watched Yellowstone? All their music was on Yellowstone at one point in time. So that's really where I kind of got connected with them and Shane Smith and the Saints, and really started listening to their music out there, that West Texas country, mm-hmm. Kind of outlaw little country deal. And so really like their music. And Big and Rich, I've always been a fan of. And so I would have liked to seen that. That
was good.
That would have been good. The Memphis and May was the same thing. We had a little weather scare, and they were evacuating the park and all this. And really they stopped people from coming in at 7. Now, Friday is a night that most people entertain or cater, so it kind of dampened that a little bit, and probably people spent, a lot of money and people to be there and that kind of thing. We're trying to feed people here and there. But as far as the crowd goes, it really kind of helped. I mean, especially for a competitor, of being able to get out of there pretty quick. As far as our parking and all that was very well organized with Memphis in May. There was never a time that you didn't feel safe or nothing like that. And so I would say the Memphis in May crew did a great job. And I would say from what you're hearing and knowing what I did last year, what I went through last year, that Smoke Slam did a great job. Now, would I like to see these on 2 different dates?
Absolutely.
Yes, I would. I would like to be able to go and see my friends at Smoke Slam. I would like to be able to compete in Smoke Slam maybe.
Mm.
I would like to, but I would also need to be at Memphis in May where my occupation obligations are there, and also my friends and opportunities that I have to cook over there. And so I got to cook a SCA event, the first ever SCA event at Memphis in May. We had 125 steak cookers. 125 steak cookers. And for a steak cooker, I've never cooked in a contest that big that wasn't the World Finals. And so it was quite an experience. But it was
good looking steak from what I saw too.
Yeah,
A really good looking steak.
Yeah. Finished up 18th.
It's not bad.
Out of 125, I felt pretty good about it. Here and there, you start looking what would have got you in the top 10. And, one judge on the table gave me a 9. It's hard, even though that's hard for me to take, because 4 other people on that judging table gave me a 10, and one person gave me a 9. And unlike barbecue, you don't get to drop that one. And so I would almost rather get a 45 than a 49. That would make more sense to me, really. More consistent, yeah. But when 4 people look at it and think it's a perfect steak and they haven't had much better, and one person doesn't, then it's hard. It's hard for me to explain that to myself, but it's happened. It ain't the first time it's going to happen. It ain't the last time it was going to happen. And, it'll happen again, I promise you. And so it's just something we have to all live and overcome with. But I'm going to tell you, there were some great steaks. There were some great competitors.
In both places. There was, in Memphis that week, there were
the who's who of barbecue and steak was down in Memphis for sure. Finished up overall, Memphis in May, we only cooked one main category. Dusty was 4th in whole hog. Yep. Boar's Night Out was 9th in whole hog, and Sweet Swine of Mine finished up 6th in shoulder. Anytime you get a top 10 call at Memphis in May, you deserved it.
Absolutely.
You deserved every bit of it, because it is a gamble. It is a crapshoot. All depends on what table you fall on. But I'm going to tell you this, that you got to put your best meat in that box. Because if you don't put your best meat in that box, it don't matter what you tell those judges on site. You have to put your best meat in that box. It does not matter. If you don't have somebody you trust building blind boxes, or you're not able to do it yourself, you have to put your best foot forward in that white box, that 9 by 9 inch box, because it will make you or break you. And 9 times out of 10, when you get your scores back after all that, it's not the on-site presentations that killed you. It's those boxes. And I'm probably looking at 2 people right now that could probably tell you the truth on that. But that 9 times out of 10, those boxes are what gets you there. And if you don't win that box, you ain't gonna have to worry about finals. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it, what is it? 4 judges that judge your is it 4 judges that judge your blind box?
I think it's 5.
5. So think about this. You have more judges that judge that blind box than you do have judges that come to that tent. So you got 5 people to impress with that box. You only got 3 people to impress with that judges on that on site. So you got to put your money meat in that box. That's your best money right there in that box.
And a lot of people probably feel or think maybe the opposite sometimes, that you got to impress them by showing it to them, and the box doesn't matter. But
now, it's good when you can do both, but also know that when you're sitting across from each other, they have seen your tent, they have seen your team, they have met you, they know your story, you've talked to them, you've interacted with them, they've seen your meat. You're able to see their reaction right there in front of them. Some of them play poker face, some of them don't.
Yeah.
But you feel better about your own site judging than you always do about that stuff in that box. So I would pay more attention to what's in that box and how we presented it that way. Then if you got good meat on that table, it's going to be easy to sell it. It's going to be easy to sell it. It's kind of like when me and you were talking about last year with those shoulders and ribs. We knew we had good shoulders and ribs last year. It was easy to sell. It was easy to sell. You just got to feel confident in what you're selling. Mm-hmm. But it was easy to sell. You don't have to pull a whole lot of tricks out when you don't have to hide stuff or nothing not hide stuff, but you don't have to smoky mirror anything.
Right.
When
trying to build something
up when it's already there. You're not sitting there covering up a bad fender on a used car, if that makes sense. Because if it's there, good gosh, man, it's beautiful. I just remember this sound. There's always sounds that never leave your head, right? And so we were at Smoke Slam last year and we were doing the presentation, and I can't remember what judge it was on, but man, I pulled that bone out. And I pulled one of them too, the horn muscle out. And that thing said, it popped. It just gave a suction cup noise out of it. And the thing just fell apart in my hand. I mean, the whole shoulder. And I was like, oh, this is good. And then this grin got on my face and this grin got on the judge's face. And I was like, oh, we fixing to have a good time. And I said that out loud. I said, hey, we fix to have a good time with this. And so I fed them and all that. And when you enjoy doing what you're doing and what you're serving, man, they can see that, they can read that. So you're going to be able to sell that a lot more than you can in that white 9 by 9 inch box. So always put your best meat in that box because you're not going to be there to sell it. Right. So, we had a good Memphis in May. Like I said, we had a fun time with the steak cook-off. Award ceremony took a little longer on Saturday because they didn't have awards for Friday. They had awards Thursday night for the steak, but they did not have award Friday night for the ancillaries.
Oh, okay.
They moved all the ancillaries to Saturday, which made for a long. That was probably the only big complaint about the whole deal, which was out of their hands, but we were there 2.5 hours probably and when the sun just was hitting us all in the face.
That's kind of what happened at Smoke Slam. They did have it though. They bumped it up 2 hours, and like you mentioned earlier, we were trying to prepare for some friends and donors and have guests and stuff, and then all of a sudden they moved the awards from 6 to 4.
Yeah.
And then started talking evacuation at 8. So you got in a little bit of a tizzy trying to rush, trying to please people and make it to the awards.
Yeah.
And they did 8 categories Friday night.
Woo.
That was their you had 4 on Thursday, 4 on Friday, but they did both awards on Friday night.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to push through them, expecting that weather. It turns out they didn't even rain a drop, which is good.
It missed us.
It did mess the afternoon up a little bit, but the awards were still fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you like this: you don't know what that's gonna do when it hits that river.
No.
Whatever front, whatever storm you got coming in, it can hit that river and totally break up or get stronger. You absolutely don't know what it's gonna do. It could split. It could go anywhere. I'm telling you, we've been there at Memphis and May on the river when we've held tents down and they shut the park down, and we're like, hey, that's a whole bunch of meat in there we got in there. We're gonna have to stay. We've lightning's gotten real close. I remember one of the first times we had it at Liberty Park. They called us 2022.
Yep.
They evacuated the park. We had to go get under the Liberty Bowl.
2.5 hours.
2.5
Oh,
hours.
really?
But not when you hide in the trailer.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't experienced Liberty Park yet. I've always been on the river, whether it be Memphis or Smoke Slam. And that is one drawback. It's the parking downtown. There's not enough.
There's no
of it.
easy
There's
way
no
to
easy
get.
way. So this year they didn't have team parking on Riverside Drive like they did last year, but you did get a code to park in the garage.
Okay.
So
They did
pulled
that
up.
last year too, for some of us. I mean,
But this was for everyone.
everybody
Yeah,
got
all your team members and all. So
well, good.
it's free parking, but there was still a little bit of a walk.
Yeah.
To your booth, which if I had to rate anything negative, it's that part. But you can't help that.
You can't help that. I'm gonna tell you like this that there's nothing convenient about cooking on the river. There's nothing convenient. Now it's nice once you get down there, but getting there and getting out of there is not fun.
No, the downhill is fine. It's the up.
You're right.
Gravity is so weird like that. I know.
The entry's not as bad. You got a little more energy and happy, and then.
But walking up them
That's
steps,
tough.
80. I mean, I used to know how many steps that was out there.
It's too many.
It's 80 something, 86 steps, something like that.
Mm.
It's too many on the old knees.
Yeah. I can't say Friday night after awards that we had a little juices flowing because we were excited. We did well, and it wasn't as bad.
Yeah. So there was 8 categories. Pit crew walked in 6 of those 8 categories. Is that correct?
Top 10, yes.
I like it, man.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
I like it. You had old Jeff Maynard in there.
Had Jeff with me, and Todd,
Todd helping out with the
ancillaries.
And then Jeff came over and was on Hometown with Dusty, so he kind of splits.
But if you know anything about the pit crew and their wings, our wings,
you
we
don't cook wings, do you?
I have before.
You've been okay.
Yeah, I've
They're
tried
okay.
them. So we did a little spin on that again. Of course, our traditional wings. That we do. I was excited to get a perfect score. However, we were tied with 3 other people, so there were 4 perfect scores in wings, and somehow
I think there was some two-headed coins or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how they do it, but I know it's some weighted scores and some drop scores that you have to take away and then put back. But
it probably is from what category did you get a drop score in, and what was your lowest score in,
right?
That kind of
it's
thing.
something like that.
Yeah.
But we ended up 3rd place in wings, which we were tickled about. With a perfect score anyway. So
it wasn't any more that you could do, really.
No, it was out of our hands.
Yeah.
We got 4th in duck. We did a great spring roll that was fantastic.
Yeah.
The pit crew victory dust took 5th in rub. Very pleased with that.
I mean, they would probably really like the label. That probably made
I think that probably turned them on at first. I mean, that was first thing.
Right, that's right.
And it just got better from there. But and then we did well in dessert and beef and what was our other categories?
Seafood. Yeah. Dessert.
Yeah. So, and I mean, a lot of our friends and teams did well too. The Hottie crew did well in some. Anonymous Smokers, Dylan. And Sonny did well. And so it was a lot of the local teams, southern teams.
Yep.
That did well in all those categories, and of course, the big categories in the end. Fireman John got the whole hog, which is impressive because he does it all by himself.
Yeah. The man turns in 3 categories, does all the presentations, and does it by himself. Sets up, cleans up, everything, does it by himself. I don't know how he does it.
I don't either, but he did.
We were neighbors with him last year, and I still didn't know how he did it.
Yep. But and I can't remember who took the shoulder and the.
It was Robbie Royal.
Rescue Smokers, yeah.
Robbie Royal took something because he ended up winning
Grand champion, yeah.
I can't remember who the other category champion was, but.
Well, again, like we said earlier, between the two parks, you had some of the best cooks in the country.
Yeah,
right there within miles of each other, and you get a call or a place and feel good about it, then you should.
And a lot of those guys didn't have far to drive to get there. To be honest with you, a lot of the best cookers in the world.
True.
I hate to say, are right here in DeSoto County, and so is the reigning world champion at Memphis in May. Heath Riles won it all on some ribs, and that hadn't been done very often. And that's a dang good rib. If it takes grand at Memphis in May, that's a dang good rib. Also want to congratulate Wilby Q. They did a whole hog, and first time they've been cooking for 19 years. First time for them to make finals. Is that right?
I believe so. I think they had a couple fourth places.
They've had some fourth places before, had some 10th place calls, but to get in the finals and not only that, win the whole hog division.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. And they're right here local, DeSoto County, Memphis.
Yeah, we have a stacked area right here.
I know. I went to the bank the other day and I had a check it with Boys Night Out. And I was taking it to the bank and the woman behind the counter, she says, I got some of y'all's rub in my cabinet. I said, yeah, you got some of our money in this bank too. So if you really think about it, there's a lot of big time barbecue teams right here in DeSoto County, that we all live within a 15, 20-minute radius of, and this is no joke. Right after that conversation, and I'm not lying, I was sitting in my truck texting back somebody, and Heath Riles walked in to that same bank. So you also have world championship money in your bank too. And I told her Sweet Swine of Mine also had an account there. So you got a lot of barbecue royalty there in your bank. So, but we appreciate all that and people going out and buying the rub, Boys Night Out, and Sweet Swine of Mine. You can go to ssomd.com. You can go to boysnightout.com. You can make sure to get you some Texas Tornado. BigJimHudgens.com. Man, you can get anything there just about. And but man, we're gonna be in Kansas City, Kansas next week, and sorry we won't be here. We might go live from there for a little bit, but I just don't know when awards is, and when we're finishing up that Thursday night. So it might be a little rough. I don't know where, I hate to dedicate and say, hey, we're going to go live from here and me not know what kind of internet we have, what kind of anything. So I've said that before, and we've been at South Haven Springfest, and we didn't have but 2 bars and couldn't go live, and it was glitching and all this. So I hate to say, hey, check us out Thursday at 7 o'clock when we're not right here at the warehouse. And sometimes our technical difficulties happen right here at the warehouse. So when we're on the remote, anything can happen.
Anything.
So it is time to wrap it up. 8:05 Thursday night. We've done another old school with Mark and Ashley. This is episode 156. Thank y'all for watching. We've been doing this for well over 4 years, and thank y'all so much for watching. And I know y'all are just here to watch Mark Lambert, and he's not here, and so that's why we only have 3 people watching. But it's fine. I'll get over it. After I see my therapist, it'll be fine. But we will finish this show like we did finish every show. Not with popsicles anymore, but Daniel can have one if he wants to. I'm not sure, but we will.
I enjoy some more meatloaf.
We will. Speaking of popsicles, we will take 500 popsicles with us to, or maybe more. I'm not sure, but at least 500 popsicles to Kansas City, Kansas with us. And
What about the little Jesuses?
We're going. Well, I just got 900 of them.
Okay, good.
So we got 900 little Jesus and popsicles going to Kansas City, Kansas with us.
What more could you want?
I mean, that's all you need, really. The Jesus and the popsicle. That's it. So y'all know how we do it. We bring bomb pops. We don't do nothing but bomb pops. The red, white, and blue original bomb pops, man. And that's just what we like, you know. And what kind of kicked off this whole thing about popsicles and prayer was Mark Lambert had some of these things in his freezer for some reason at a contest in his RV. And it's like, man, let's go back and have a popsicle. So after a contest, and then so we started doing popsicles, and then popsicles and prayer kind of just came about and it took off. And that's we appreciate everybody's support and everybody that's ever bought a popsicle for us. And
if you want to sneak them into awards, you can fit 2 or 3 in a Stanley or a Yeti. Or
in a Yeti bottle, you can put 4 popsicles in a Yeti bottle, in a 32 ounce Yeti bottle. So
seen it done.
See, yeah, I have. Yeah, I went popsicle crazy that day. We had them in the RV. I just shoved them in there. Y'all, we're gonna pray. God bless you. Remember to keep Jeff Poland and his family in your prayers. His mom passed away there in Ohio now with his her celebration of life, and just want to, it's tough losing your parents. I haven't experienced that personally, but I know a lot of people that have, and I'm still blessed to have mine. But hey, if your mom and daddy's somewhere still, go hug them if you can. And
take that phone call, or
make that phone call, like old Cody Johnson says.
I wish I could.
Make that phone.
You don't realize it until you can't.
Take that phone call from your mama and just talk away. Isn't that what he says? So, thank y'all so much for watching. God bless you, and let's go to the Lord in prayer. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this time together. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this fellowship, Lord. Thank you for this friendship. Just bless those that are watching tonight. Bless their homes and their families. Lord, just be with those that need you, Lord. As Jeff Rose, his mom, Miss Brenda, Jeff Poland, and Michelle, their family, as they travel back from Ohio in the coming days. And Lord, we know that today hurts, but Lord, let's stay with those and still continue to pray for those people in 2 and 3 weeks down the road, Lord. That's when the hurting really starts. And just so thankful for this group of friends, this family group here, and thank you for this food and also the opportunities that you give us daily, Lord. And may we take the things that are sometimes bad in our life and you make them good, and may we see that in you, Lord, today. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I'll tell y'all why I said that this morning. I stopped at the Dodge store and I got me something to drink. And as I was sitting there, it started pouring down raining. And as I was sitting there and I was answering a text back, I hadn't moved yet. I hadn't taken my truck out of park yet. And the man parked right behind me backed into me.
Oh.
And put a little dent in my bumper.
Oh, no.
And man, I got out, and the first thing I was thinking was, man, I don't need this today. I didn't want this today. It was raining. I was getting wet. I was like, man, why did this have to happen? And my truck, I've kind of taken pretty good care of it. Doesn't have any scratches or dents or anything. And I know stuff happens, and it will happen. And it's just a truck. I could have been in a lot more, I could have been in danger or anything like that. Could have been hurt. But it gave me an opportunity to talk to people, talk to this man I'd never talked to. And he was from Walls, and he was a Purple Heart veteran. And hey, look, Dodge store has small parking lot, and he had a long wheelbase Ford, and man, things happened. It wasn't no big deal. We had to call the police and had a little while longer to talk. And this other guy pulled up, and he just saw us at the tailgate of my, at the rear end of my truck. And I said, he got out, and he was just a good old boy. And he said, what are we talking about, food? And I said, well, we can talk about food or Jesus or whatever you want to talk about. So we just stood there and talked and all that. But I think God gives us opportunities, and he takes bad situations and makes them good. And, I might have supposed to meet this man this morning, I think, I think God just does that. I don't know that he intended for my truck wasn't hurt that bad. I don't think it was intended for anybody to be hurt, but I think in bad situations, we can see the good in it when God's in it, when we see God in it. And if we take opportunities that God gives us, man, it's just a super blessing. Not that I sat there and broke the gospel down to them or anything, but maybe people see us, how we react, our character. They see God in us of how we react to situations. Now, I have a cross on my arm. I have a cross around my neck. I have a Faith and Fire sticker on the back of my truck. If I would have came out there and started yelling and cussing and stuff, that really would have shown bad on me, but it would have shown bad on everything that I'm involved with. So know who we represent every day when we walk into this world, and know that people might catch us at a bad time or whatever, but ultimately know that we represent God out in this world. And maybe that guy or that other guy walked away and said, man, that dude, he handled it a lot better than I would have, or that kind of thing. So people see they want to see difference in you, and they want to act different because they see somebody else act different. And so maybe that'll make them think next time they're in some kind of bad situation they didn't want to be in. Because, man, the last thing I thought about on a Thursday morning was like, man, I hope somebody backs into my truck today. I think that's, we all wake up thinking, man, I wish somebody backed into my truck today. So I don't wish that on nobody, but also if something bad happens like that, know who you're an ambassador for on a daily basis, and know that people see us by our character and how we react to other things that happen to us in this world. Things are going to happen. I get that. I'm not saying I'm a saint. I'm not saying I'm a saint for it. Don't pat me on the back for this, but God gives you opportunities that we just have to recognize them in those situations, right? So, hey, we'll be going to Kansas City next week. We'll see y'all back here in 2 weeks. I hope so. Nothing's going on. I don't know yet. We hadn't even looked at the calendar. I don't even know what day it is. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Old School with Mark and Ashley. Daniel Haley, thank you for joining us. Dusty Wally, my chefs tonight. Thank y'all so much. God bless you. Come join us. If you can't be here live in Byhalia, which, we have a lot of seating, but y'all join us on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all give us a share, anything you can. Y'all have a great day. God bless you. Love God and love people. Love y'all. See y'all later. Bye.